Right, superb. So we will start with basic karma for Taurus ascendant. This is the basic Taurus ascendant horoscope with all the Rashis mentioned, North Indian chart, and planets not given there. My basic point was that every ascendant will have a configuration of houses lorded by the same planet. And there are three types of lordship. One is 6-8, done by Mars and Venus, which indicates difficulty, mutual contradiction. 212, lorded by Saturn, always. You do the hard work, save it for a lifetime, for a special day. That day will come, it will be of no use. It is like rotten apples. 4 rotten apples, you keep with the 4 normal apples, you keep with the 5th rotten apple. You take it out after 4 days, all 5 of them will be rotten. That is what Saturn is. That's why Saturn is the karaka for gandagi. Saturn is the karaka for things which are not in good condition. This is the reason. Because Saturn will mutually own the 212 houses. Saturn in the Lagna, Saturn having any influence with Lagna, person will tend to destroy his own self. Not very conscious of. 5th Lord, 2nd Lord, 6th Lord, 10th Lord, connected to the Rashi of Saturn or Saturn, person is very detrimental in his own eating habits. Even if he is smoking to an extreme. Fast food to an extreme, drinking to an extreme, anything to an extreme, because Saturn is not very careful about things. Very careless. But don't take it like, he is influenced by Saturn, so he will be careless. No one is completely influenced by Saturn or not. There are 9 planets in the horoscope, and the complete horoscope is a configuration between all of them. It's like a football game between all the 9 planets. Or rather say 19 planets, right? It is not 1 or 2 planets, so don't be in that thing. In a confusion, do take a consultation, right? Links are just below in the description section, so don't worry. Every help in how you want to pay. The ascendant is Taurus. Symbology of the sign is very important. In the second round for the ascendants, we will talk regarding symbology only. Right now, just the basic framework, the Lagna Lord and the 6th Lord is the same planet Venus. That means to say he is very careful and conscious about his body and how he treats people. Very conscious and very careful. However, the person generally invites disease himself due to his lifestyle, which is not very careful. So 6th Lord in Taurus does indicate a problem that comes from not following the proper schedule. Lagna in the 6th house connected does indicate there are always either enemies or diseases. Life is never tension-free. If the Lagna Lord is in Taurus, life is never tension-free. There is one or the other problem always clinging there. Lagna connected to the 3rd house or 6th house also indicates Dhimanta Yoga in Gemini. Hence, Lagna connected to the 6th house naturally makes the person intelligent. Dhimanta Yoga. Right? Actually, it is Atmakara connected to the 3rd or the 6th Lord from Atmakara. It is Dhimanta Yoga, which means someone who is extremely intelligent. Specifically, Moon in the 6th house or the 3rd house will tend to make the person extremely intelligent. You will be highly calculative. You will calculate everything, even if you are speaking something, you will calculate. Subhash Chandra Bose, 6th house Moon. Right. The 2nd house and the 5th house is ruled by the same planet, Mercury. Hence, having a child just after marriage is very important. If he is not having a child under 3 years of marriage, the marital life can have a hit. There is no honeymoon period for a Taurus one. You constantly have to think for a child. Also, if the person is creative in a creativity work like writing, etc., his marital life or family life will be bad. If his family life is good, then his talents will be neglected. His child specifically will never respect him, or his spouse, his child will never respect. Whenever I talk about child, the same result will happen if fifth lord is there. Whenever I talk about family, the same result will happen when second lord is there. That is so easily understandable, right? No confusion here. I'm not going to repeat the same thing again and again. And for the sake of my time being very important, right? Okay. Child is not going to respect his parents or grandparents, will tend to take a path that was not recommended by people, will tend to make his own ways, rebellious kind of person, right? Second and the fifth lord, mutually connected, also indicates the person is very good in investment. Second lord, 11th lord, they are very good in investment, will invest money, will have good returns. Second lord in Taurus, don't ignore his advice. His advice is very good because his tongue is having intelligence, right? His advice may not work for him. He may be a failure, but his advice is very good. That you keep in mind. Third house being lorded by the benefic moon. The person is timid, cannot take responsibilities. The first one to run from responsibilities starts. Is a very great bull, very strong from frontal area. Backwards, very bad, pathetic. You have seen the behind legs of a bull compared with the horse. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Right? That's what the eighth house is. Eighth house for Taurus is what? The same horse. What is his weakness? The intellects, right? That is his weakness. Responsibility he cannot take. His best roam around, drink alcohol, have fun, chill, very good. Responsibility, no, no. The previous legs are very bad. Taurus specifically indicates a very challenging bad past. Previous legs, right? That's the problem. That's the problem. That is where he will get hit. It makes him timid. Specifically, if the 10th lord is in Taurus, the person will love to have a stable life, being the fixed sign. See, Lagna being fixed is all okay. Third house also being a benefic sign makes him timid as well. So even if he is having a multiple chances of having a good profession, just because for the reason of having comfort in home and not losing his salary for 1 month, he will never take the jumping step. Will always be reluctant not to do it. Someone have to push him from behind for him to do it. This is what happens with a farmer. He keeps on beating the bull for him to run. So he need a farmer to keep on pushing him. That's why Guru is very important for a Taurus guy. That's why third house is called Guru Pradesha. He specifically needs a Guru Pradesha. And if the Taurus is not having a spiritual Guru, be it real, be it virtual, alive, dead, no matter what. But if the Taurus is not having a spiritual Guru, it is very likely that they will go on bad path and will repent themselves only. There is no one else to repent with. The fourth house is lorded by Sun. No matter whatever it looks from outside, the family life is very pathetic. Same result for fourth lord in Taurus. Family life pathetic. Seventh lord in Taurus, wife's family life is pathetic. Second lord in Taurus, family life pathetic, right? So the same thing is whatever result I am telling for a house is also applicable for that house lord being in that house. Getting my point? So a Scorpio person can also have his fourth lord in Taurus and will have a bad family. Because fourth from Taurus is Leo, that indicates fire. There is a complete fire and chaos in his family life. If the seventh lord for a Capricorn Lagna is in Taurus, although being exalted, it will have chaos. It will have chaos, right? Fourth house ruled by Sun also indicates there is a lot of wood in his home. Lot of wood. There are multiple furnitures. See, Sun is the Karaka for wood, right? Lot of wood in his home or car. Car saving wood are quite a luxury cars by the way. Maruti 800 में तो नहीं मिलेगा. does indicate a chances of being rich as well. A home with a lot of wood is also quite an expensive home. People go with cheaper objects like iron, etc. However, the fourth house also having Leo does indicate that there is a burning fire in the heart. He wanted to achieve something specifically related to his family that never happened. He wanted to get one of his desire fulfilled, which never got fulfilled, and he will constantly be in pain related to that. And the old age, no matter how his young life was, the old age will be very, very different. Specifically when the fourth lord is in Taurus, right? Very specifically, when I'm talking about the results related to the fourth house, if the fourth lord is in Taurus, the results are twice more prominent. Right? So because it is the fire sign Leo, where one malefic is only Mulutrigona, sun. He will specifically have a thorn in his heart, a fire in his heart, and a permanent dissatisfaction that this must have happened this way if they followed my advice. Unfortunately, that thing is never going to happen. Suddenly, yeah. The seventh lord and 12th lord are the same planet. Most probably, the person that they are going to marry will never be from the place they are living. Even 50 kilometers distance, but that will be there. It is Digbali, hence marital life is very important for them. Their husbands are also very spiritual. And if they want to have good relationship with their husbands, they have to be comfortable with their ignoring tendency and their tendency to leave things in between. Scorpio also indicates many things like, for example, like they like spooning, etc., etc. But these things are irrelevant as of now. But expect a webinar on sexual astrology next month. Almost there. I'm done with the syllabus. Yeah. Mars, also being the lord of the 12th house, does indicate that after marriage, if they live in their homeland only, then it can be a reason of problem and they should think of shifting their place. Never ever live in your family home. That's a terrible decision that you can ever take. Try changing your home. 12th and 7th indicated by the same 12th and 7th ruled by the same planet does also indicate the aspect of being ignorant. Both the spouse being ignorant. And the key in the relationship is also being ignorant. If you ignore few aspects of your marital life, it will be very good. But the problem of that bull is that he is quite focused. Bull is the only animal which doesn't need a like this type of shadow to keep his eyes focused. He is always focused. And that's the problem. Is too much focus on intricate details will make his marital life terrible. You have to be careful. The 8th house and the 11th house is lorded by the same planet, indicating good inheritance. That the person will leave FD, etc. after his death. His children will enjoy. He will die in good condition. He will never die a pauper. When he dies, he will be surrounded by people. He will not die alone. His income is good from investments, stocks, etc. Specifically, his longevity is good. Lagna Lord and Taurus, longevity is good. Generally, detailed analysis, contact me. Very good at it. However, right. 11th house and the 8th house being lorded by the same planet also does indicate that his earnings at the start of his career, at least for 5-10 years, are not sufficient enough. For starting 8-10 years, he will be underpaid. 8th house block. Wherever it will go, will make problems. Also, his elder brother may face an sorrowful accident, or the elder sibling, etc., will not be in a good condition, at least not as compared to the native. Pisces is the only sign that I will say looks to something else is something else. Because it is the fish in the water. The size of the fish that you see from outside of the water is not the actual size. Water tends to amplify things, right? That's what happens with respect to the 11th house of Taurus. Their money is not what they portray. Their money is either very less or very more, or too much, but never the real amount. Never, ever, ever. The 9th lord and the 10th lord is the same planet, which does indicate that he is very lucky in a profession. Gets quick promotions, however, he is underpaid, by the way. But still, it is like a person who got his dream job as a pilot. He's not getting much money, but still he's living his dream job. What he is currently getting is the dream for many. They don't know the truth inside, but he is successful from the outer world. Quick promotions, luck supports him only in profession. Anywhere else, luck will not support him. His father either dies early or leaves him or sets him free to make his decisions. There is a tendency that at the fag end of their career, they may take a very terrible decision, which may be very detrimental for themselves only. And the professional stability and the financial stability comes after a lot of struggles. Life up to 43, 44, 45, and life after 45 is entirely different. This is a sign which I will say indicates a great change, because the first part of the bull and the second part of the bull is entirely different. What this person was before his 40s, he will not be the same after his 40s. This result will happen when Lagna Lord is in Taurus, Moon is in Taurus, 10th Lord is in Taurus, etc., etc., etc. If 9th Lord is in Taurus, then your father was a different person before giving you birth and will become another person after giving you birth, right? That's the way it should be analyzed, and I think it is pretty clear to you how it should be analyzed, right? Getting a point? That is the thing. If there is any question, drop the comment in the video. I may or may not reply. Will not promise, but I will see every comment for sure. If I cannot reply in the comment section, then I will make a video at least. And if you want to continue with other signs, protsahan encourages always needed. If you don't encourage me, then I'm quite a moody guy, by the way. Thank you.